Hey guys, how we doing? So we're back on another video from Totally Not Mark. I was about to do his One Punch Man, redefining heroism, but he's gone and uploaded another Dragon Ball Z related video, and I really like those. These Who Did It Better ones are always good. They did one with the Gohan scene, didn't they, with Dragon Ball Z Abridged and all the other ones, comparisons and who did it better in that. This one I think is going to be interesting because I have only ever seen the original English dub version of the I Am speech, and I've heard that it is completely different in the Japanese version, so I think this is going to be rather interesting. So let's just get into this, shall we? Ooh, stylistic.
I am the hope of the universe.
Yeah.
The I Am speech on Namek. It's one of the most
the Cartoon Network, totally not
argued over scenes found in Dragon Ball today. Designed as a moment for Goku to proclaim that he, the legendary Super Saiyan, has arrived, the scene itself has been reworked, re-edited, and rewritten more times than I care to count, resulting in some major differences across various versions shown to us over the years.
Yeah. Cool.
And so today, I will be focusing on and reviewing 4 of them. Going in order of release, I will first take a look at the original manga chapter from 1991, the original Japanese broadcast from the same year, followed by the English Funimation edited dub from 1999, capping it all off with Dragon Ball Z Kai's redubbed version for the year 2010
that'd be interesting,
to round out
recent.
4 options.
I say
but
recent.
before I start reviewing and breaking down the various versions of the scene, I'd like for you to vote here in the top right and let me know what your favorite version is before watching the video. Why am I doing this before the video? Well, it's an experiment. At the end of the video, I will give you another chance to vote for your favorite version of the scene, and I want to see if your preference has either stayed the same or changed by the end. And so, with that explained, let's get the show rolling. With the very first time this legendary scene hit the public eye. And to do that, we need to go all the way back to April 2nd, 1991. Titled, Frieza's First Taste of Humiliation and Despair. This was written and drawn entirely by Akira Toriyama. The cover art for this chapter sees a focused and certain Super Saiyan Goku looming over a smaller and frustrated-looking Frieza in the lower left corner, representing visually that Goku is now the bigger threat to Frieza. This, being the manga, is the source material of the events, and is what every subsequent iteration is derived from. The chapter is exactly 14 pages long, taking up right after Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan for the first time. It begins as Goku launches forward, smashing Frieza's skull in with his elbow, much like what Frieza did to him a few chapters prior. This further demonstrates how the tables have turned between these two. During this assault, Frieza tries to regain his composure, but what's happening is obvious. Goku is completely outclassing him.
Swing. Oh, this is cool. I like how he's done this together.
And dodging blasts to the utter bewilderment of Frieza. Damn him! If I could just hit him once. Goku's calm, determined expression softens to a smirk. He says, hit me. Frieza, shocked and insulted by the Saiyan's invitation, grits his teeth, firing a powerful death beam straight to the mouth of Goku. Frieza looks on in shock. Never in his life has he experienced something like this. He asks, what are you? Don't you already know? I am a Saiyan who came from Earth to defeat you. A warrior of legend that has been awakened by anger but possessing a calm heart. I am the Super Saiyan, Son Goku! As Goku erupts with power, Frieza, initially speechless from what he has just experienced and heard, eventually confesses, I knew it. This truth the legend after all. He comes to understand why Vegeta couldn't become a Super Saiyan before crumbling to the realization of the situation he has been put in. Goku announces, Frieza, it's over. As Goku begins to line up one final Kamehameha, Frieza interjects. The likes of you will never kill me. I'd kill myself first. Concern falls over Goku's once composed demeanor as Frieza launches his trump card, a plan to remove the atmosphere and air to defeat Goku. The final panel, Frieza screaming. And so, now that we know the source material, it's time for our first adaptation.
That's
Original Japanese broadcast, June 19th, 1991. Airing only 10 weeks after the manga's release of that very chapter, titled An Explosion of Anger, Goku, Avenge Everyone's Deaths. The episode was produced and animated by Toei Animation for the Japanese public. First of all, let's talk filler. A minor part of the episode sees a side plot of Roshi, Yajirobe, Chi-Chi, and Dr. Briefs waiting and working on a spaceship to help their friends on Namek. The purpose of it really is to have their opinions on what is transpiring on Namek before switching back to the canon material. Additionally, within the action between Goku and Frieza, there's even some filler action, despite the scene itself only taking place within the final minutes of the episode. Once the sobering feeling of what he has gotten himself into begins to sink in, Frieza is forced to ask, "What the hell are you?" As you are surely well aware, I am the Saiyan who has come from Earth to defeat you. Despite my calm, quiet heart, I am a legendary warrior, awakened by intense anger. The speech is practically one-to-one with the speech from the manga. However, visually there are some changes. Instead of demonstrating the speech from a three-quarter view, front view, and medium-range upshot, Toei Animation opted for a front view of the speech exclusively. And while they finished the scene with a medium upshot, it too was front-on. This can be seen as a negative for some, as it can make the scene look flatter than it needs to be. However, due to Dragon Ball being a weekly show, the nature and health of the production schedule can lead to issues like this during the show's runtime. If it's quicker,
go with it. Yeah, they can. It makes sense. Cool.
And so, with that covered, let's look at how the early Funimation dub measures up. Original release, October 19th, 1999. Over 8 years after the original air date in Japan, folks in the West finally got an English dub of this scene. However, as I'm sure most of you are aware, this scene is quite different from a dialogue perspective. Titled Explosion of Anger, this interpretation of events is pretty much one-to-one with the original Japanese version visually. However, there are a host of differences from a dialogue perspective. This version of the scene has become the root cause for this particular debate among fans of the show. Some love this scene above all other versions, and some don't.
I imagine, yeah, everyone's different.
Clear. It's not wrong to prefer any version over another. We enjoy what we enjoy. With that said, the argument surrounds Goku's dialogue and the way his character is portrayed. For example, in the Japanese he says,
"I ain't forgiving you even if you apologize." Right.
The scene depicts Goku as unforgiving. He has snapped. The carefree Goku has given way to this more aggressive and angry incarnation of the character. He even snaps at Gohan earlier in the episode. In the English version, they decide to reimagine the character. This is that same scene, but in English. "Your evil deeds are like a noose around your neck." The script is going for a more righteous interpretation of the Goku character, and nowhere is this more clear than in the now famous "I am" speech at the end of this episode. It reads, "I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth." Ally to good, nightmare to you! Echoing in the background is Bruce Faulkner's score, giving it a distinctive atmosphere from its original version, which utilized the Kikuchi score. Both of these respective soundtracks have enormous fan bases that will vehemently argue that their version is better than all others. And so, with that one done and out of the way, let's jump forward to Dragon Ball Kai. Original release, February 21st and November 17th, 2010. Entitled The Angry Super Saiyan, Goku Throws Down the Gauntlet, this episode was redubbed and released on the 21st of February 2010 in Japan, and later that same year on November 17th in English. The driving forces behind the Dragon Ball Kai redub of the series was to essentially have a recut, streamlined version of the original run of the Dragon Ball anime, aiming to cut out much of the filler portions to the story where possible. And in this particular episode, the filler scenes with Roshi and the gang were removed. However, those aren't the only differences, so let's focus on the dialogue. The distinctions between the Japanese dialogue in Kai and the original broadcast, while they exist, are minor at best and pretty much remain as faithful as the original Japanese broadcast ever did, with the same voice actors demonstrating fantastic performances. However, there are distinct changes to the English redubbing of this scene, having brought themselves closer to the Japanese version considerably. For instance, during the 1999 Funimation dub portion of this video, I used this line from the episode as an example. "Your evil deeds are like a noose around your neck." Again, this is very righteous, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's very different from the original manga. And so to compare, here is that exact line, but redubbed in English for Dragon Ball Kai. "Don't bother apologizing, because I will never forgive you." As you might have noticed, this is closer to the manga's interpretation of the character, and completely in line with what the original Japanese broadcast wrote for Goku. And that's not where the alterations end. They too rewrote the entire "I am" speech. Which reads, "I am the Saiyan who came all the way from Earth with the sole purpose of beating you.
Wow, that's like close to the manga.
Pure of heart and awakened by fury. That's what I am. I am the Super Saiyan, Son Goku!" And so, before you guys give me your second vote, let's hear and compare the last lines of each version. Let's do it. Don't you already know? I am a Saiyan who came from Earth to defeat you. A warrior of legend awakened by anger but possessing a calm heart. I am the Super Saiyan, Son Goku!
Nightmare to you. Yeah.
And so, as
Also, like,
promised,
the
this is
Kai
where things
version,
get really
like,
interesting.
yeah.
Now that I have broken down the original manga chapter from 1991, the original Japanese broadcast from the same year, the Funimation edit and dub from 1999, and the Dragon Ball Kai version from 2010, I would like to present you with the opportunity to cast your vote for a second time. Click here and let us know which interpretation of the events outlined you think presented it best. Did your opinion change?
Damn.
Or did it stay the same?
Well, the Kai
Let me
one's
know in the
very
comment section
similar
down
to the
below.
original
I'm
manga,
genuinely
isn't it?
really
Which is
interested to see the
interesting.
results of this video. If you want to see more videos like this one, maybe subscribe. I upload every Thursday. And don't forget to leave a like or dislike on the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yes, subtle differences in there. Yeah, that's cool. Because like I said, I've only ever seen the original English dub version. So that's awesome to see the dialogue changes, and then how over the years, when you get to the most recent version, they're trying to stay as true to the original as possible. It's interesting. I like that. So yeah, that was that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and what's your favourite? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave comments down below, let me know what you watch and discuss in future videos, and I'll see you guys. I saw you guys next time. Bye.